Hey everybody, it's KZ. Welcome back to more Persona 5 Royal. I'd like to apologize for past me. I recorded the last few episodes a while back, like a good few weeks ago, when I had planned on, keeping things consistent. And then I'm sure I made some comment about, ain't it great that we're back after coming back from a second break? Sounding dumb, but don't worry, we're back from the new break, and everything's fine, right? If somehow this comes back and another break has occurred, I don't know what to tell you. But apparently 2020 sucked so much. Even the act of playing video games for the internet has become a compromised activity. But I think we're good now that I have a much more reasonable schedule of playing one game on one day and then the other day a different one, and then just doing that till I'm dead. Last time we unlocked Yusuke. I believe he's in this. Team now. Yeah, he is. I don't know what to do socially in this game at the moment, so I'm gonna just go back into that palace because that's probably the easiest. The easiest thing to do. I don't even remember in the last episode what I said I would do, but it seems, based on my own thinking, that this is probably the best idea to do, is just get into that palace and get that shit done. My brain forgets how to even do that. Ah, yes, we go to our hideout, which we move to the access way for. Also, people were asking me if I would do different outfits and stuff because I've been doing Starlight for a bit. So we're gonna go all in on Featherman this session. So hope you're mentally prepared, because I'm not. just
Okay, we still need to explain the
we're
basics
just
to you, don't
vibing.
we? Oh, you mean about the metaverse and the nav?
Please elaborate.
Okay, let's start from the beginning.
Well, you look at that, it seems like we're ready to go.
All right, I'm gonna bust loose.
Sounds like KZ, no! And then I'm just like, fucking, what's his name?
Oh yeah.
In fucking
decide
Lunar
on
the
the new
Silver
recruit's
Star
code name.
story going, KZ, yes!
It has to be Kitsune. You know, with that Kitsune mask and everything.
Hell yeah.
I'm insulted that I have to
Really
press a
makes an
button
impression.
after auto. How dare you, game?
Are you talking about me?
What do you want your name over here to be?
I'd say Da Vinci.
Nope. Well, you've got that mask like On said, and there's that weird tail. All right, you're Aburage.
Very well.
He's agreed to it?
It's decided then. Aburage.
Nuh-uh, not happening. Do you have any ideas, Joker?
Clown.
That's a little too similar to Joker, though.
Oh.
Fox, then. How about that?
Not bad.
What do you think, Fox?
It's acceptable.
It's set then. Let's go.
Aburage is a Japanese food product made from soybeans. It's produced by
By the way,
cutting
we should have
tofu
just-
into thin slices and deep frying them at 110 to 120 Celsius. I don't know why they're saying Celsius. That's not a real measurement of anything. It's added to miso soup. It's also added to udon noodle dishes. Yeah, maybe that wasn't the best idea. Yo, look at this squad. This squad rules. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to set up my team
May I
here.
get a word in? Sorry to cause you trouble.
Hey, thanks!
Alright, we're totally
Joker.
taking Mona and kicking him to the curb. Just because if he dies in battle, they have to do that cutscene of, alright, well, I gotta sit back and don't worry, me hiding and doing this animation tells you that I can still announce things that are happening. It's one of those times where I'm like, fuck it, just go with video game logic. Stop wasting my time. All right, so we should hopefully be back. So I went ahead and did an edit in between getting started here in the palace and actually jumping into it, because I attempted to do a recording of this maybe 3 or 4 times, and things imploded every time in some way. We either lost all game audio, the video broke entirely. I lost an entire day and went, this is hell. Like we can't get this going. And in general, I ended up getting worried. Like, oh, I can put it off. And then I'm like, no, this video has to come out at the time of recording this in like 10 hours. So I guess we need to sit down and hopefully we can make something good out of this. As a result, I progressed a little further than we were before, but I'm going to start from earlier in the palace anyway, just because it's only fair to you guys. And it has been a day. I went ahead and just fused a thing. So let's have a look at that as we go forward here. We made ourselves a Shikiuji. And since we've used Chariot quite a bit, this is one of the better personas we could get, period. Why is the back part all red? Oh, I get it, because it's the Satan one, because the star's upside down. It's kind of, this is raw. I like that. So, went ahead and used one of the treasure demon shadows that you pick up in here. And they have all of the spread elemental spells, as well as the Mighty Gaze trait, which increases the damage of those spells. So I just dumped as many of these as I could onto Shikiuji, and that has helped a lot. And that's kind of where we are with this. I have a Matador down here, also kind of looking okay, but not super amazing. Eligor also kind of rolling with this, but Shikiuji has the superior stat, so we're gonna roll with this until further notice. So it occurs to me that I need to start finding these seeds when we go back in, because this is the point where they're actually allowing me to do everything in here. So I imagine I have to go find that stuff. And I'm noticing there are spots here that I haven't explored. So we're going to start from here.
All right. Now, where do you want to go from here?
Let's see. Let's pop out. Now, I'm pretty sure my difficulty is also accurate. I forget, because there was a couple times I'm like, what if I just go through where we're... Ignore what he just did. Yeah, we're on hard. We're good. Now, the goal here is to maybe see if we can find some extra stuff around here. And we will see. Forgot that was there. I just walked straight into it like a fucking, like a fool, like a baby, like a bab. That wasn't good. Oh, I see. I can't get past, I can't go up there because that's the front. Yeah, I get you now. Then there's the museum second floor and other stuff. I'll explore this a little bit. I'm sure there's some secret that I've yet to uncover. It also gives me an avenue to chill out and talk with you guys a little bit, as this is the first episode back since the break. The previous Persona 5 episodes came out far away from the it came out far away from where we are now. Like, I made those expecting there wouldn't be a break, then there was a break, and then those came out later. So, and it ended up being a strange thing, but we're here now doing what we can here, and there are, I believe, things worth talking about. Now, where am I going? Like, at all? You know what? I have a grand plan. The plan involves going and hitting Central Garden, and then rolling back through here, maybe.
Nice. We made it.
Because you'll have to forgive me. It has been a minute since I did those earlier parts. But I saw the undiscovered stuff, and it's making my brain get a little bit damaged. Going, I gotta figure out how to get that stuff. Because now that they've added a mechanic to this, that's just like, you can get stuff. That's just a part of this now. There's secrets, and I'm like, I want secrets. Excuse me. That was dangerous. That was dangerous, but I'm a professional as always. Solving my problems. Hit this button. Ooh. How about we chill out in here real quick? Pick up that mask. So what's this place for? Just seems like a vantage point. Maybe you can grapple up to here. Yeah, he's gonna pace backward. We're gonna ambush him and get into this. So
Now's not the time to be fighting.
ooh.
You're on high alert.
I appreciate the flow. Yeah, doing videos has been a bit haphazard recently. So I'd like to apologize for that, but I'm glad that that we should be mostly back to it. A few things have happened in between episodes and recordings for this. The first thing was toward the end of the last session. I was thinking about how we were shortly following up Persona 4 being announced for PC and then immediately released. Which that on its own was pretty neat. I thought being shocked in physical attacks would also do a technical. But thankfully the game reminded me that it's a piece of garbage that deserves nothing from anyone. It is a piece of fucking garbage. Anyway, they announced that Persona 4 Golden came to PC, and it's been out for a minute, and that's been neat. There's been a lot of questions of like, are they going to start releasing a lot of Atlus RPGs and their back catalog on other platforms? Because that in general would be pretty nice. Because they have a catalog of really good games. All they need to do is let people actually buy them, and that would be real nice, you know? Because it feels like they're just sitting on stuff that would just do super well. Well, we are now in a moment where that seems to be their plan. But yeah, this is what I thought. If we had kept going, I would have missed one of those. Oh, you foolish fucking bastard. You foolish fucking bitch. You're done. You are nothing before me. Get into my face right now. But yeah, a lot of people want to see like ports of games, you know, of older stuff. Be able to pick that shit up. And thankfully, it looks like we're getting to that at the Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase, the small Nintendo Direct that made everyone mad except for me.
Let's take it.
As it turns out, I ended up being a big winner there, because they showed Shin Megami Tensei 5, which we can talk about maybe in a little bit. But even cooler, somehow, is the first thing we're probably going to play. Maybe. That's also another conversation we're talking about. Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne, which was I believe 2003.
What is this?
He's like, what the fuck is that? This shit's nuts, guys. Let's, yeah, we need to get back. I think we have to wire? No, we can jump on the sides. But yeah, they announced that Nocturne, which was one of the PS2 SMTs, the first PS2 Shin Megami Tensei game,
Counts on it from here.
before they jumped and went in nuts. I'm leaving. You can't stop me. No, the animations. This game's terrible. Once again, more proof that this game was unfinished. I can't believe they charged $60 for this. You know, I keep getting sidetracked. So they announced that Nocturne was coming out. It's gonna be hitting PS4 and Switch, and that is pretty exciting. Because that feels like the one that a lot of people could really like get into. That may definitely, I feel like, has a higher chance of that one's been played a hell of a lot less. Because since it was the first one that came out years before even the Persona 3, you know, this feels like that perfect opportunity to get people into some of the other, get people into it, you know, and then make memes about how it's really hard, and then they get introduced to stuff like the boss, in which it would constantly generate additional turns for it to move infinitely, and then it'll buff itself a lot, and then it'll hit you with a high almighty spell, and you go, this game's a piece of fucking trash, a piece of garbage. But that'll be fun. I mean, I'm excited to see that finally come over. That game has an impeccable art style and atmosphere, and maybe I'll play it on easy and think it's a swell time the whole time. That's not true, though. I won't think that even on that one, I imagine. Let's check out these disaster shadows. Did they make us really fucking fight 3 waves just now? I was talking, and I was keeping in my brain that happened. But it's really blowing my ass. Let's get that technical, that boom boom. Holy shit, we've done 5 fights in like 3 minutes. I will not tolerate this shit no more. Holy fuck! Fine, Mazio. You think I'm not capable of just nuking the field? I can do it. God, that was a lot.
Okay. Yeah, we beat him. Let's move on.
Yeah, the alert's super high, so they're really going in. Let's get an ambush on something. There we go. I keep darting over to something, and then the crosshair goes away. All right, let's clear these guys out. Oh, good. We are running out of juice.
Looking cool, Joker.
No, don't pass. I could do yeah, double shot.
Right in their weak spot.
Pop.
Pass the baton.
I was expecting a miss, but I was hoping like maybe they'd be a little nicer. Holy sh! Hit him! What in the? I'm legitimately angry. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Take that. Alright, we got initiative, so this'll give us a nice... Yeah, lower that to 74, please.
Let's keep going.
Being a little too risky here. But yeah, I think it's really cool that they're porting Nocturne. It's one of the ones that I think is a really good idea, because a lot less people, I think, have played it. It's a lot older. It could use a port that could maybe tighten things up a little bit. I was really disappointed in all the media. It looks like the music in it is still compressed, because it's heavily compressed in the PS2 version. It kind of just has this muffled quality to it. and I would have liked if they just not reorchestrate anything like that, just put in the music as it was before without having to be, I guess, compromised or made weaker on the originals for like the PS2. So that's a bit of a disappointment, but whatever. That soundtrack's still good. I just feel like it being a bit clearer would have been nice. But that's coming out. It's coming out on my birthday in Japan, which unfortunately you can't truly celebrate it the way a normal humans could, because they, you know, have to take 6 months to remaster a port of a game that looks like they're just kind of upping the resolution, and somehow that's gonna take them like 6 months for that 17-year-old game. I gotta be a little catty with them, you know, because the Atlus localization stuff is such a clown shoes thing that is pervasive all the time with them, and it's just like, come on, guys, please, come on. I want to play it immediately, you know. I think what makes it really interesting is I saw reports that Sega's financials, they said that Shin Megami Tensei 5 will be out by the end of the fiscal year. For those wondering, the end of a fiscal year, companies usually choose, but I'm pretty sure like all of them just go with the end of March. So it's like March 31st is the cutoff point. So whenever you see, and that's a really good thing to think about when you're looking at like game release dates and like when you're looking forward to something. If you notice that a game has a release date that's like early or March, or it gets delayed to that spot, and it comes out and it feels rough, that's because that was the limit on how much they were willing to push a game. Because if they push it out of that, that means their forecast where they specifically expected to say, sell 1 million copies of a game, make that amount of money. If it goes out of March 31st, it's now no longer in that year. So it means they're like taking a loss. Like they expected to make a bunch of money, they can't make that money anymore. That's why it was a big thing, like say Final Fantasy VII Remake goes, we're gonna delay our thing out until April. And that made that company, Square Enix, take a hit because they weren't able to sell that then. And yeah, that kind of thing tends to be a bit on the unfortunate side. But to loop back to how I got to that, we're talking about how Shin Megami Tensei 5 is expected to come out by the end of the fiscal year for Sega, because Sega owns Atlus, which I think is very interesting, because that means that SMT 5 would be coming out everywhere by the end of March, which seems crazy because we've effectively seen nothing from that game at all. So it'd be very interesting if they had, you know, did something that we wouldn't necessarily expect from them, which is show the game, let you know it's existing, and then just slowly work on it. And then when they're ready to release it within like 6 to 8 months, they reveal it again and then start showing it to you. That would be great. I don't know if I necessarily believe that's what's happening. That would be solid though. It'd be cool. I think that game's the most interesting in terms of an Atlus thing. One, because it's the next mainline SMT game. It's going to be the first SMT game that is in HD, which I think is also awesome. Like HD from the ground up. And the thing that towers above every other part of it being kind of like a momentous type of thing, it's coming out everywhere at the exact same time, which is insane. And something that I do not believe Atlus has anything to do with. I feel like this was something that was... It's more of a thing where Nintendo came to them and, you know, offered the support so that they were able to achieve something like that, because normally they just can't. They can't. All right, now I'm being a bit too reasonable with them. It's less of a thing that they can't, it's just something that they don't do. And is one of the things that disappoints me the most about them, is because unlike most game companies in Japan that have like a Western branch, their localization time is really, really slow, which it just comes off a bit stranger, especially when you're, say, comparing it to
Shadow is near.
other companies. Ow. Because you'll think about you'll think of Gust, who do the Atelier series. They are much smaller, I would say, and their games are much smaller scale than something on the level of Persona, and definitely sells a decent amount less.
Let's go.
So stuff like that ends up coming off a little weird to me, that Persona and Atlus' stuff can't match that. And then you think about Square Enix, even their small titles have simultaneous worldwide releases and have been doing that for years and years. It becomes this thing where it's you see so many other companies able to handle this, but somehow Atlus, despite doing pretty well for themselves and being owned by Sega, that is also, you know, a sizable company, but I'm not gonna say they're huge. The fact that none of them can really, like, they can't come together and give us like short windows for these games is a little weird, and I wish they could do whatever they could to fix that, like whatever is needed to get us in a bit of a better situation. Because them getting things to come out faster is only a positive. It means us who are following those games get games we're interested in faster. And also, we don't have to worry if there's story stuff or something cool that happens in the game. You don't have to worry about there being any spoilers that will just pervade. Need I remind people that when Persona 5 was coming out, someone just set up a bot for anyone who talked about Persona 5 on Twitter to just spoil multiple aspects of that game. And this was before release. Which somehow, in my opinion, probably did more damage at spoiling Atlus's game than their policies to avoid spoilers. These sharing restrictions they put on the original release, which will forever be hilarious. But it's stuff like that. It's like, you know, the faster localization times would be great. I remember it was in 2016 I expressed my qualms, my issues with that, because I was like, look at Square in regards to stuff like World of Final Fantasy at the time. That's coming out close to launch everywhere. And it's like, I feel like that's something that we could get with Persona, maybe. Because even, you know, if Square's smaller titles can do it, I think Atlus's bigger titles can do it. And then people are like, KZ, you're crazy. You don't understand. You know, Atlus is really small. They're not AAA like Square Enix is. They need more time. In time, they'll come to be better with it. This was 4 years ago. And if anything, they got worse because you have stuff like the Persona 5 Dynasty Warriors or Muso-style game, Persona 5 The Scramble, the Phantom Strikers. We don't even know when that's coming out. We only know it's coming to America one day because of, like, a Koei Tecmo financial thing instead of, like, a real announcement. So, one, I think it's funny that if 4 years had passed and seemingly nothing has changed. Aside from Persona 5 coming out twice, and in both times taking several months. at the very least, I can understand the Persona 5 one, because it's like they had to localize the game again. At least my understanding is that this script is very much different, because I remember this came out and a lot of people whined about it, so I imagine there were some rough parts. Alright, so we've at least reached new territory in terms of the game, not in terms of my recording. I've already done this in the past, but we lost a lot. I lost so much. That's kind of why we're just shooting the shit here in this episode. But I'd like Atlus to do better with that, because I a couple of other attempts I talked about this, and I was a bit more fiery with what I was saying. It was mainly comes from the fact that I love their games, and I'd like them to do better with everything they do that is outside of making them. Because the making the games and me playing them, all that's peachy keen, all that's with 100%, it's positive, right? Because I think the games are great. I think they have solid gameplay. I enjoy their stories, their soundtracks. All of that's great. But the problem is that everything else around it is problems, whether they have streaming policies, whether their localizations take an absurd amount of time, whether you think it's fair or not. Toward the end of the 3DS's life cycle, the fact they could not spring for dubs on a couple of those games also is a little bit ugh. Which partly them not springing for dubs and still charging $10 more than any other 3DS game was also kind of psychotic. There's a lot of stuff going on with their stuff that just, I want them to do better. So what is my ideal thing I want from Atlus going forward? I'd like them to take the success of stuff like Persona 4 Golden coming to PC, and what I'm going to say is probably a very nice success next year from them, between a Nocturne remaster, which I think would do really well, on top of SMT5, and go, we need to fill out our catalog with more stuff. And what is this more stuff? Port Digital Devil Saga 1 and 2, port Devil Summoner 1 and 2, port Persona 3, Fez, Portable, whichever one. Port those, put those on current gen, put those on PC, and you could strewn those about over a couple of years, be a really good spot. I'm gonna say no to that. I remember that not being a good idea. Oh, that warped us back. I think there's something I'm supposed to do with fucking this part here. Can't say I remember though. Oh yeah, we can jump down. I didn't see the boards here, so it made me think I couldn't go forward, or I can guess toward the camera. But there we go. We're good.
Oh.
Another painting. But yeah, in the future, I'd like to see them do a shit ton more ports. And I know a lot of people have they're like, oh man, Nintendo putting out more like Wii U ports. And it's like, I get that, but it's just like, I want to play those games, And so long as they're not charging 60 bones each time, I'd be like, yes, please, daddy, please give me more things that I can play with, that look a little bit nicer. And I'm excited and optimistic for their future there. But above all else, I need more aggressive porting of some of their older stuff and faster localization times for this, because it just kind of feels it's at a level where it's not really excusable anymore at this point, because we're in 2020. It's like they shouldn't be this slow with it. They should be communicating with their West branch and helping them out as things go quickly. The fact that it feels like a game-changing miracle that SMT5 said simultaneous worldwide release. Honestly, if you gave me the choice of simultaneous worldwide release or SMT5 comes out in December of this year, which one would have been more likely? I would have said the December one. Because that one seems more in... It's like, yeah, they could finish that game. They definitely couldn't organize in any way that seems competent to get it out in multiple territories and different languages. That seems a little bit too big-brained for them. That kind of just like illustrates the weirdness going on over there. But yeah, I'm pretty pumped. This could be the start of them putting out a lot of good stuff with a decent frequency, because I think it's time for them to do some ports, and then beyond that, in terms of new games, once they finish SMT5, I would love a universe where they expand a little bit in their team size, but also get into some asset reuse, the way they did in the PS2 era, where they used those old models a lot. God damn it. I turn around and my reflexes are just garbage. They're garbage. But yeah, I feel like asset reuse with SMT5 stuff would be a wonderful idea to make a lot of games, because that PS2 era was ripe with stuff. You got Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne, which played like traditional SMT. You're going around in areas and you're fusing different demons, you're collecting them just like you do here in Persona 5. You've got all that stuff going on. But then you have Digital Devil Saga, which had more of a thing of you can take on different skill trees to learn different skills, and you do not fuse or contract demons. They are just basically your enemies the entire time, and it feels like more like the Atlus take on a traditional RPG. And then you had the Persona games, and then you had the Devil Summoner games, which were action RPGs. And all of them, while making additional demons in the PS2 engine, reused a bunch of shit. And just, it was such a good time. Where it's like when I first started getting into these, years after they came out, of course, like I was someone who got into the Persona games and then went, oh, let me play the other part of the catalog. And it's like, there's like a half a dozen games here. And if we could get to an era where that starts happening again, whether or not they go back to old franchises, like maybe make a new Raido game, just take it and do some stuff. Maybe make a new Devil Survivor in that style, which I honestly would really like. An HD one of those would be sweet. So, you know what really chaps my fucking butthole right now? It looked like I was going to be able to stealth near that pot, but then I broke it and it just wouldn't let me, and I just kind of stood there going, fucking what is happening? I'm in hell. I'm in hell now. We need to get out of here. Yeah, I'm out of gas. We need to leave. Is there any item I have that lets me leave?
Never mind.
Let's see. Oh yeah, we're surrounded. We can't leave. That's right. That's right. My bad.
Something else.
You can aim for their weak spot.
Oh, I'm low on MP actually. I'm in a bad spot. Hold on. I'm thinking about it, and we're kind of fucked. Let's see. Yeah, switch to my good guy. I at least need my big boy here. Fear. Something that gets rid of fear, I think, would be a good idea. Cure all non-special ailments. Yeah, go ahead. He's shaking. He can't do it. Fucking, I'll give you the Haranya. Oh, I thought she was dead. Okay, this is a better spot. There. Pop those motherfuckers down. Yeah, just double up.
Got their weakness, Panther. Skull, are you okay? Watch your health.
I'm gonna be honest. My brain. Now, hold on. Let me check Shikyuji. I forgot he's null physicals. I was like, if that thing hits me and crits me and makes me die again after this being my 4th attempt at making a Persona 5 video, I think I'll just quit. I think I'll just retire. But we're fine. We're not fine. Fuck! What do we got in here? We got Molotov cocktail. Do we have like a spread magic maybe? Nah, we don't have a lot of really good stuff, but we can Molotov cocktail you. Then we can baton pass to you, and then you can spread. Freeze that onion.
Ah, nice one.
This is my other self. Take this.
Oh no. You know, I was vibing pretty hard there. He's like, no, guns don't work on me. I'm a fucking dog ghost.
All right. Level up.
Pop.
Okay. Let's hurry ahead.
Oh god. Fuck! Jesus, he just popped immediately. I need a break. I forgot how bad security can be here. I'm in hell. It's over. I'm going to... Oh my god. Oh my god. Get out. Get me out, please. Brr. No.
Just a bit more. There's gotta be a way out of this. We're getting out of here. You ready?
Oh my god, this is bad. Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm KZ, and I make a lot of mistakes in my time. None on the level of this here today, but we're gonna drop some beads, friends. Then we're gonna have one of those, and that's gonna be quite good. We're gonna give him a little snack. He's gonna go. And he's like, that's really good. That's just, it's sinful and delicious. Then we're gonna sneak around a bit here. It's fine. We're safe. Then we're gonna sneak around here a little bit. She coming. Pop!
Your true form.
It's a little scary. Because once we max out on security and get hit or something, I'm pretty sure they just kick us out of here. And I don't want that. Pop them. Yeah, whatever. This will do it. I like those things. I like those disaster shadows, I think they're called.
Okay.
Alright, we're not in the 90s anymore. It is no longer the 90s. It's not time for clacks. Can we shoot up that or something? Like, how do we... Clearly a way to get up there. Yeah, we got some shenanigans coming up.
Oh. Hey.
Shutters. Now, how do we open the shutters? Might be related to the stuff up there. Hold on. It is L1. Here we are.
Treasure chest spotted. Must be something good inside.
Is there there a side way to jump to this? No, let me look at this again. Can I like jump up this? Let me look around a little bit. Forgive me. Oh, there is a side. It's so dark on my side. Forgive me. Forgive me for my ignorance. There we go. Will seed number 2. And also my other handsome reward, a bead. But yeah, I guess to put a bow on the conversation we were having about Atlus stuff, I'm pretty optimistic for them for now in terms of like, I've always been optimistic on like their quality of games, but I'm now optimistic on them doing other things like porting older games, maybe hopefully getting games out a little bit faster. If SMT5 ends up coming out at the end of March, that would be insane. But would also lead to a situation where maybe Nocturne comes out after that, because they said it's coming out for spring here, and if that really happens,
Use your grappling hook here.
nothing will illustrate them being kind of dipshits than that happened. You know? But maybe they ended up saying that that's when it was coming out by mistake, and we actually have to wait till like the end of the next year. Which, whatever. As long as it comes out, I still think next year will be great for them.
For real?
Alright, well, we got some stuff to figure out. I'm probably going to end the video here, and then the next one we'll keep going.
Where have you been? Been searching all along, confessing while alone and on, without the clue, without a sign, without grasping it. The real question to be asked: where have I been? I'm a sharpshooter. Atlus masquerade, hiding both face and mind, all free for you to draw. I'm a sharpshooter.